Hola chulas! Thank you so much for clicking onto this video. And if you are new here, well then hi, hello. My name is Kai. Welcome to my little corner of chisme on the internet. And just who are we going to be discussing today, chulas? Well, actually today we are going to be talking about Josh Barber. Who is Josh Barber? He runs a channel here on YouTube called the Dad Challenge Podcast, which I guess used to be a podcast, but is now just a platform for this man to sit in his basement and criticize the actions of women that he has no idea who they are. All under the guise of protecting children here on YouTube, which is in fact a notable cause. And I do tend to agree that there are creators on this platform who definitely use their children as a paycheck, which I think has a lot more to say about capitalism than anything else. But anyway, we are going to be looking into just exactly who this man is and giving you my honest thoughts and opinion on a video that he recently uploaded to his channel. There it is. I couldn't even be bothered to remember the name of it.
Can I get your name and where you're from, if you don't mind?
I'm Kai.
Kai, can I get spelling for you?
Straight out of Dogtown, K-A-I.
So, I decided to take a break from talking about Jimmy Snow to talk about someone that I've also been following for a little while, whose content that I also previously enjoyed very much so, and that is Josh Barber, or the Dad Challenge Podcast. And I stumbled upon his channel during the whole Micah Stauffer situation, which basically, TLDR, Micah Stauffer heard that her channel would blow up if she monetized an adoption story, and she ended up adopting a child who had special needs. She realized that she was not fit to be a mother of a child with special needs, and she rehomed her child. And if you are put off by the word rehome, you should be. But that's what she did. She found someone on a Facebook group to take over her child's adoption. I'm not even sure if that's legal, but it's a thing that happened. So definitely want you guys to know my opinion first and foremost on family channels and family bloggers. I think that there's a way to have your children be on your social media platform, and your child is just as much a part of your life as is anything else. And so it makes a lot of sense when people share pictures or videos of their children online. When someone's making their whole income off of the backs of their small children, monetizing content that's like a little too personal, or like, you know, pretty obviously bait for some other groups of people that I don't really want to talk about either. Yeah, that's when I start to have a problem, and that's where Josh and I agree. I don't think that people should be able to do that, but I feel like as time goes on, Josh has lost the plot. He uploaded this video to his channel today discussing how people, specifically women, who are, you know, having OnlyFans or in the sex work industry, the adult industry, are absolutely selfish and even narcissistic. He said you literally have to be a narcissist to be in the adult film industry. A man with a YouTube channel really recorded himself in a video and edited that video where he said that you would have to be an absolute narcissist to be a porn star. Yeah. Listen, what you should absolutely know about me is that I am someone who has an OnlyFans, someone who considers themselves to be a part of the adult entertainment industry. I am an independent content creator, and in my opinion, I don't think I'm hurting anyone. I'm arguing from a position of someone who is in this industry and feels really pretty slighted that Josh has the nerve and the audacity to paint a whole group of people with a whole brush based on a single Reddit post that he found. So at the beginning of his video, he shares this post that he saw on Reddit of a child whose mother has an OnlyFans, and these fucking heathens at his school somehow managed to find her mother's, or their mothers, I don't know what gender the child is, managed to find their mother's OnlyFans and is now tormenting them every single day at school. Original poster goes on to like later comment that he's suffering like a lot of emotional turmoil and he's like going through a lot at school, and that his mother doesn't really necessarily seem to understand this or to care, and in fact they paint a very callous picture of their mother in this post. Based off of this one single post, Josh has decided that if you are someone who has an OnlyFans and you have a child, then you are inherently selfish, and there's absolutely no way, it's not even possible. It doesn't even exist within the realm of possibilities for Josh, for you to also be a good parent and to be a sex worker. And I'm not a parent, and I actually physically cannot conceive or carry children, but am I never allowed to adopt a child? Like if I wanted to adopt a child, if I wanted to become a foster mother, am I never allowed to do that because I have an OnlyFans? You know, like that, what is this argument? I don't understand what this argument is. Like, I'm a real person, just like anyone else. I have thoughts and feelings and emotions and people in my life that care about me and a family, and someday I would like to have a family, and I don't necessarily think that my sex work excludes me from that. If I decide to have a family and I also decide to continue being a sex worker, that is my prerogative. That's my decision. That's mine and my family's decision. If it works for our family, then who is this man to comment on any of it? I don't understand. I don't necessarily know how why are we even arguing about this? It's not like that mother intended for that to happen. It's not like she wanted the kids at her child's school to be bullying them for a way for her to bring extra income that she most likely uses to support her family anyway. Like, I understand what the child must be going through if this is a real situation that is really happening in the world. I can see why that would be super embarrassing, and when you're a teenager and you're in junior high, you're in high school, you don't see anything beyond that. You don't even have the ability to understand anything beyond that, and what is happening in that moment within those walls of that school is his universe, or is their universe, right? And I can comprehend that, I really can, but there are just certain arguments that Josh is hinging on this one single post. He's painting an entire industry of people, entire groups of women with the same brush over a single stupid Reddit post. And I just really have to sit and ask myself and wonder why. Why are we even here in the first place? Are we really here because you're about protecting children, Josh? Or is it literally just that you will not lose, you won't pass up any opportunity to tear women down for ways that they are trying to progress outside of the walls and the constraints that you have put in your own mind, or like because people are living outside of the things that you see acceptable? Please take several seats. I really understand what the mission is. I understand why he feels like children need to have more specific labor laws when it comes to things like being on YouTube or being an influencer or whatever. I understand why the world is changing in such a way where Josh thinks that needs to happen, and I tend to agree with him. But it's just so, like, I don't understand what we're doing anymore. I don't understand if it's really about saving children or really about protecting children, or if it's just about growing your own brand at this point. Because it seems to be more and more that Josh is putting out videos that are just derogatory towards women that have never done anything to him, that are just trying to like have a platform and trying to put out content that they know how to make, or whatever. Like, and don't get me wrong, listen, I know that there are family channels out there that are doing shady things, and the Ace family's all always in scandals, and the LeBrant family's always in scandals, and there are a number of family channels that definitely exploit their children. He's snarking on these different vlog moms or whatever. And so he's talking about this woman named Love Meg. I don't know anything about her. She's probably shady. There's probably a reason why he's talking about her, but the things that he's like coming for her and like not even really criticism. It's like not even criticism. It's just mean. It's just literally just to sit there and be mean to someone. Like he keeps going on and on and on and fucking on about how she's using an Instagram filter and how he's coming for her, saying that she's selling or promoting an idea, like something that's unattainable or like something that no one will ever be able to look like, and she doesn't even look like that herself, right? Okay, on Instagram, it fucking shows you what filter the fucking person is using. So if you can't be bothered to look at the fucking filter and see that there's a filter over whatever story is posted, like, I don't know. Also, I understand the natural is beautiful thing, definitely do. But in my honest opinion, life is too short to not sit up here and look like a goddamn Bratz doll if I fucking want to look like a goddamn Bratz doll, okay? Too short. So I just don't understand where Josh gets the idea that he gets to start setting like beauty standards for women, or he gets to like shame women for something so stupid. Like literally, this is so stupid. It is so stupid that you're gonna sit there and be upset with a woman because she used an Instagram filter on her story. Because she used the fucking filter, dude, to smooth out, you know, her skin or whatever. I have bad skin, dude. My skin has never been this bad in my life. Am I gonna put a filter over this video? You're damn right I am. Because I don't like to see like that. I do that for myself. I would do that for myself. The same argument that the woman in the Reddit post had was that she does that shit for herself because it makes her feel good. And the idea that Josh has is that when you become a parent, you don't get to do those things anymore. You don't get to have an identity. You don't get to do the things that bring you empowerment or the things that make you feel good. Like, this argument is literally the core fundamental argument of every pro-life pundit. Because this is what they truly believe. They don't believe that women should continue to be people after they become a mother. And a lot of the times, I don't even think that they really consider women people. Just things that babies fall out of. And that, it's just gross. I know where it comes from, and it's demoralizing, and it's objectifying in an entirely opposite way that Josh didn't even think that he could possibly objectify a woman. He keeps going on and on and on about how, it's for the children. Oh, but we're doing this for the children, you guys. And then he just sits up there and he makes comment after comment about Instagram filters and eyebrows and body parts. He's talking about these women's bodies. This is a married man, a self-proclaimed Christian married man who is just sitting in his basement watching videos of women cleaning their homes in yoga pants and talking about their bodies. I mean, it's supposed to be about the kids. It's supposed to be about protecting children. Really obvious that Josh continues to do these things because it gets him followers, because he's manifested a community of women who are so ready to beat down other women, to shame other women for their appearance and the choices that they make as mothers. Like, there's a lot of mom shaming, there's a lot of body shaming, there's just a lot of everything. There's a lot of teen mom shaming, sex work shaming, like just a lot of different opinions, and it's obvious that Josh lets his politics through his work a lot, and if that's his prerogative, that's his prerogative. But it it just shows. Talking about he was basically like plastic surgery shaming this woman. I'm supposed to be a channel about, you know, advocating for the rights and protections of children on the internet, but we're making fun of this woman's boob job and telling her that it was wrong that she even thought she needed to have a boob job, or that she even thinks that she needs to use the Instagram filter. I think it's so funny that within the same breath that Josh is saying all of these horrible things about the women that he reacts to, and then turning to his audience and being like, I hope you know your worth. I hope you know your value. I hope you know that you're amazing, and da-da-da-da-da. Like, that is so gross. It's so gross for you to literally make a following and make a profit off of shaming other women for the dumbest things under the guise of a concerned father figure, and then turn around and preach value and self-esteem to your audience when you're actively bringing other women down. He's going on and on and on about all these different things that don't make any sense to what we're all doing here in the first place anyway. And then he'll quickly remind you, oh, but we're doing this for the kids. Oh, but she's a shitty mom to her kids, so that's why it's okay to make fun of her and all this sort of stuff. But I have to sit there and I'm watching him, snark on this woman for making a video about her spa routine, and he's so up in arms about all the different skin products that she's using on her face, and I'm like, dude, is this really an argument? Is this really even an argument anymore? Like, what are you actually doing here? This has got to be like the most low-level form of advocacy work that somebody has ever done in the history of ever. I swear to God. I literally don't see the point in making content like that unless it is for the pure purpose of continuing to gain clout and gain subscribers and continue to manifest an army of pick-me bitches living out their head cheerleader fantasies on Josh's comment section. Like, literally, the amount of misinformation and ignorance that I saw under this specific video about the OnlyFans thing was so outrageous. Like, all these women talking about how these girls, they make OnlyFans money just because they're greedy and they want to keep funding their lavish lifestyles, and they're selfish and they're all bad mothers and they're all just greedy, horrible, awful, wrong, immoral people. Is definitely where I have to draw the line, and I have to say, like, what exactly is the argument? Because basically, what Josh said was that if you're a sex worker and then you later become a parent, you're a selfish person and you shouldn't be a parent. Well, he doesn't say that you shouldn't, but he basically says that you shouldn't, because he later continues to go on to say that he thinks that you're a narcissist. You have to be a narcissist. You have to be absolutely selfish, and there's no way in hell that you could ever be a good parent and also be a sex worker. And I think that that's really sad. It's really sad that Josh has such a limited worldview that he's really like disassociated the fact that sex workers are just people. They're just people who do a job like any other job. I've had a lot of jobs in my life where I needed to use my body in order to get a job done. Like when I worked at a grocery store and I had to be able to stack boxes and unload things and write things down and take people's money and interact with people. Like, right? I needed a body to do all of those things. My essence can't work at the fucking Natty G's. Like, everyone uses their body every single day to work a job, to make money. So literally, what difference does it make exactly what form and function you're using your body for? I'm waiting. I'll continue to wait. Oh, you have nothing? Oh, okay. Thanks. All right, well then we're done here. What are you saying? How could you say this? How could you literally have the audacity to say this? But personally, to me, in my opinion, I think OnlyFans has done a lot of good for this industry in making sure that people can do this kind of work safely, from the comfort of their own home. That was a safety line for a lot of, it was my safety net during the pandemic. Thank you very much. I literally had to rely on that money to pay my rent sometimes, rely on that money to make sure that I had food in my fridge, that my dog could eat, that I had gas in my car to do the things that I needed to do to keep my life fucking pushing, dude. So I just think it's really fucking stupid that he's gonna sit here and say that all sex workers are just narcissistic. You just have to be narcissistic and selfish. You can never be a good parent. I am someone who will work very hard for the thing. I've worked very hard for the things that I have, mind you. I left my parents' home at 18 years old, and I funded my life doing sex work because I had to, because I didn't always have the support system that everyone else has. Because Josh always talks about how hard it is and how hard he had it, and he knows the struggle. But it seems like now he's just completely forgotten. He's just completely forgotten what it's like to feel like you don't have any options. Of course he doesn't recognize that not everyone has access to the same opportunities as him. He's a white man from fucking Canada. He still has the assertion that most people would say that sex work isn't normal, or that it's not the same thing, or that it's not just a real job, when he literally lives in a place where it was decriminalized. Seems pretty normal to me. Isn't that like what that means? To make something like it's no longer illegal. It shouldn't be weird anymore. He literally has a backwards ass mentality. Like, I don't understand. Like, yeah, I sell framed pictures of my asshole on Etsy, and you sit in your basement and shade a woman that you don't even know for letting her roots grow out. I have to wonder, where is the same outrage for these parents that are allowing their children to access not safe for work content behind their backs? Where's the same parent shaming, the same mom shaming for the moms that are letting their kids just fuck around on Twitter and look at fucking pictures of their mom's boobs all day long? Like, where's the outrage for those parents? Why aren't they being held with the same regard? Because honestly, the root of the issue is not necessarily that this woman has an OnlyFans and that she's also a mother. It's that there are a lot of people out there who have a lot of ignorant ass opinions and don't see sex workers like that woman, like myself, as real ass people. They don't see us, they see us as less than because they have a stupid, ingrained Judeo-Christian morality that's been passed down from generation to generation and creates this toxic mindset that someone like me is somehow less than because I do a different kind of work than you do. Well, you know who loved prostitutes, Josh? Jesus. Fucking Jesus, dude. One of my favorite stories is when Jesus is having his feet washed by the woman, by the prostitute with her hair, and he has the oil, he has her use the really special oil that meant so much and was so expensive, and she started crying because she felt so worthy. She had never been seen as a fucking human being before, dude, and here's this person who's giving her this anointment, who's honoring her, who's showing her that she has worth and she has value, something that you're twisting around and manipulating to your audience, and then literally denying in the same breath when you're talking about these women that you're critiquing or that you're snarking on. Think about that shit next time you want to come after women who are not doing anything to you. They're literally just there is nothing wrong. There is absolutely nothing wrong with being a sex worker anymore, dude. And if you have issues or concerns about that, then that's something that you need to work out in yourself. Issues that you have, ignorance that you still have, ways that you are obviously uneducated. For real. Another person that he needlessly brings up in this video is Lena the Plug. And if you don't know who she is an influencer. She started her channel 4 years ago, and she built her social media career as a Snapchat girl. She managed to build a fucking business, and she lives in a mega mansion in LA that was built with thought dollars, coochie coins, if you will. She's got a fucking degree in psychology. She got into fucking grad school. What do you have to say for yourself, Bible college boy? There are many things that I tend to agree with Josh on, but what I definitely did not sign up for was to watch a grown man project his, own insecurities on these women, just to project his own limited worldview onto these women, that he doesn't even know, literally just for the clout, just for the followers, under the guise of it being about children. Because honestly, at this point, I don't necessarily know. I mean, he can say that all he wants, but it's just been video after video of him just relentlessly shaming women for their bodies, commenting literally on their fucking their fashion choices, their hair, their makeup, their teeth, their everything, dude. That is the lowest hanging fruit. That is the lowest way that you could come for someone. And if you don't know that at the ripe old age of 40 fucking whatever, then okay. You don't need to make comments about someone's body to give them criticism. Motherhood is not a death sentence to the woman who existed before the child. To rob a woman of her own identity would do her harm and would do her children harm, because they're not getting a mother who is able to be herself authentically, who's not able to see herself for who she thinks she should be or who she wants to be. Because when you become a mother, you're not your self-expression doesn't end because you had a child. Your need to feel attractive or to feel sexual or to feel whatever does not go away just because you had a child. And I think that what you are saying, and I mean my interpretation of motherhood, I guess, is that you are you're agreeing to love someone and to care someone for the remainder of your life. And a lot of the times, the mothers that I know would do anything for their kids, would absolutely do anything, nothing out of the question they wouldn't do to protect their children with their whole lives, to make sure that they never have to go without. And sometimes that means doing things that people like Josh don't see as normal or right. It's coming from a place of privilege that Josh has to be able to say that there are always other options, because not everyone has access to the same opportunities as you, Josh. Not everyone has been given the same, not everyone can just go and get a job. Not everyone can just go, because think of, the more I think about it, like, there are a lot of challenges that do prevent women from being able to get gainful employment when they are taking care of small children. There are many things that you have to be able to afford before you can actually go get a job. And if that doesn't make sense to you, then yes, you are privileged. Yes, it can be too expensive for someone to just go and get a job. I don't understand how Josh can take one singular post and assume that that means that all sex workers who have ever been a mother who have children are all selfish and they're all narcissists. And if you're a sex worker and you're thinking about having a child, then you're selfish and you're a narcissist too. Like, I don't understand. I don't. It just comes from the same idea that women's bodies are not truly their own. That all women are meant to do is just walk this planet and get fucked and have babies, and that's it. And that's it. You're not allowed to do anything else. You're not allowed to be your own person. You're not allowed to have your own thoughts or to have your own passions or anything. And it's just really unfortunate. It's gross that Josh has decided to do this with the platform that I think initially was going to serve a lot of good. For a lot of people, for a really, really, important reason, for a reason that was worth advocating for. But anymore, I just have completely lost the plot. I have completely lost the plot, like Josh continues to lose his hairline. I know that wasn't fair. I know that was a little bit hypocritical, but that was just my thought, and that was just my opinion, and this is my video. So if you like this video, then you can leave it a like. And if you like me, then you can subscribe to this channel and also to my OnlyFans. Because yeah, that's a thing. I will continue to make videos about whatever I want, whenever I want, because this is my channel. And that's what we do here. So, subscribe. And as always, Chulas, I hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful, amazing rest of your day.